Hi Molly, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, thank you for coming to my office today. Before we get started, I just want to go over something very important in counseling, which is confidentiality.
Okay.
So basically that just means that anything that you say or tell me today, I will not share with anyone else. Unless you mention something that's harming yourself or harming others, then I will have to inform either my colleagues or my supervisor.
Okay.
And just let them know.
Okay, so what I say stays in here, right?
Yes.
Okay, because this is my first time in counseling, and I didn't even really tell my family or my boyfriend that I was coming, and I just want to make sure if they do find out, or I do eventually tell them, I know them, they're going to want to know how I'm doing.
Right.
So I just want to make sure that I just want what I say stays in here.
Yeah, it'll definitely stay in here unless you're either planning on hurting yourself or going to hurt others. Then I would obviously have to, reach out and get more help.
Okay.
Okay, so if you understand everything, then you can sign this form, and your signature just indicates that you understand and agree to what I just said.
Alrighty.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so since this is your first time in counseling, I just want to go over the agenda for our session today. So I just want to figure out the issues you're struggling with, and then work together to find ways and just figure out how to improve and change your current situation.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so what is the biggest issue or challenge that you're currently facing?
Definitely, I've always had anxiety, but nothing that's come in the way of me doing things.
Okay.
Except for up until recently, I've realized that I just have this really big anxiety when I'm driving.
Okay.
And I don't ever remember it being like that. I remember getting my license and being so happy I can drive, and up until recently I just it's really been weighing on me, my anxiety while driving, to the point where I have people drive me places. I'll take a taxi, or I won't do things.
Okay. So you're dependent and relying on others to get you to just work? Or
work, and if I have to go somewhere that's kind of out of my comfort zone, where I'm not familiar with the area, that's definitely where I've noticed it come into play more. And I noticed that I am becoming more dependent on people, and that's when I realize it's really becoming a problem.
Okay. Well, driving anxiety, or anxiety in general, is very common, especially driving, because in unfamiliar places, or at night in the dark, it's definitely scary, or it can be uncomfortable for some people.
Yeah, definitely at night is when it's up there.
Okay. So I want to talk about just your overall thinking, and just your thoughts before you have to drive to work each day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And also during and after. But first, let's start with how are you thinking before you have to go to work?
I wake up and, I do my routine, I do whatever I gotta do, and then the reality sets in that I gotta drive to work.
Right.
So basically I'm thinking to myself, can you work from home today? Do you have a sick day? You have a personal day? Can you use it? Basically any thought that can have me not driving into work is what I'm feeling. But those are the two main ones, the working from home and basically calling out. And I've done that a lot recently, is work from home or called out, and I don't want to keep doing that. I like my coworkers. I like going into work, so it's really come in the way of that.
Okay. I definitely don't think you should have to miss work for any reason, especially a reason like your anxiety. So basically you just try to avoid driving when you can. Okay.
Right.
How about when you're driving to work? So you're in the car on your way to work, you decided to go.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
So I get in the car and I'm thinking, okay, don't let your anxiety get the best of you. You've driven to work 1,000 times. You can do this. And I feel good up until a certain point, and then the anxiety sets in, and I'm thinking to myself, I can feel myself getting anxious. I can also remember telling myself, okay, just pull over, give yourself 5 minutes, maybe that will help. I've actually thought of turning around and going home if I'm not that far. Things like that, just basically, again, trying to avoid having to go. is definitely one thought that it reoccurs a lot in my mind. And turning around, believe it or not, I actually have turned around and gone home.
Okay. Well, all right. And what about how are you thinking after work when you're driving home?
When I'm driving home from work,
Yeah.
same thing. When I get to work, I feel relieved. I made it, and then I go about my day. But then again, just like in the morning, that thought sets in when I'm leaving for work to go home. I mean, obviously, I want to go home after work,
Right.
but the anxiety sets in where I'm like, it's nighttime, which I hate driving at nighttime. I wear glasses, so my vision isn't the best at night, even with my glasses. So that definitely makes my anxiety heighten up a little bit. And just the fact that I would much rather have someone come pick me up than have to go through the weighing of my anxiety. It's very emotionally exhausting. Like, I feel exhausted when I get home, and just from a half an hour car ride. So yeah, it definitely weighs a toll on me.
Okay. So your office is, you said, half an hour away?
Yeah, half an hour
Okay.
away. But the road that I take to get there is a very busy road.
Okay.
So that I think plays into it too. There's constantly cars on both sides of me, and it's not like one or two cars. It's like lines of cars, people cutting in front of each other. You know, it's like,
Okay.
and also it's like that heightened alertness that I have to have as well. You know, make sure I don't hit anyone, make sure no one's hitting me, because I don't know how other people are driving.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know how I drive, I don't know how the person next to me drives. So that definitely weighs into it.
Right. So the majority of your thoughts before work, while you're driving to work, and after work, basically all are surrounding this anxiety. You know, you're trying to avoid it at all costs, avoid driving. What are some of the feelings associated with your thoughts, just in general?
In general, definitely nervous,
Okay.
scared. I get a sense that, like, I feel like I don't have control over it. Like, it's like I'm just like not in my own mind frame.
Okay.
Definitely feel that. Yeah, and just anxious. That's really it. It's definitely the anxiousness and the scared and the nervous. It's the nervousness and the worry that really play hand in hand, I think, with it.
Okay, well, your thoughts are definitely affecting your feelings. They go hand in hand together. They influence each other. So what I want to do is have you think about all your thoughts, and all of the thoughts that you mentioned are definitely on the negative side, rather unhealthy. So I want you to think about, what if you had to talk to a friend who also had this driving anxiety? What do you think you would say to her to help her kind of with her anxiety?
Okay, yeah. So basically, what made me really come in today, other than my driving, is that I am up for a promotion with the company that I work for. And I worked for them for over a year, and I've worked very hard, and I put a lot of my time into the company. And out of the 65 employees that we have, I was chosen for this promotion. My boss recommended me to the president of the company, and I have to go meet him. But it's 2 hours away. And for anyone else, you're getting a promotion, you're being recognized, that's wonderful. But for me, the only thing that's sticking in my mind is I have to drive 2 hours.
Right.
So it's weighing on me. Right. So that's really why I'm here. So I guess if my friend was in the position that I'm in, coming up for a promotion,
right.
I would say to her, there's definitely a salary increase. So I know that my friend and her boyfriend are trying to save for a house. That's something I would, tell her, you and your boyfriend have been saving for this house for a long time. Money's definitely a stressor for you guys. This would help alleviate that stress in you guys buying a home. You could contribute more in that sense. I also would tell her, even before that, you got picked out of 65 people to get this promotion. You were recognized, you were appreciated. you know, a lot of people can't say that about, you know, some of the places that they work for, but they really do value your work, and then they want to promote you and give you more opportunities and give you more responsibilities. So that is first and foremost what I would say to them. You know, then the whole money thing, and also, you know, as friends, we both went to college. We have student loans. The money thing again, you know, you could help pay off your student loans faster. So basically, a combination of all those things, trying to have them see the positive of this promotion and what it could bring them.
Right. Well, that was really good. So I think that if you could tell yourself some of the things that you would tell your friend, like all of those are very positive, and I think would help your friend just as much as you. Do you think that you would be able to be the good friend to yourself and to say these, you know, positive, supportive things to yourself?
I mean, it would definitely take time, because when I do look at it and I weigh it out, I mean, my anxiety, yes, it does play a big part into me, my driving anxiety. But when I look at it on paper, I say to myself, okay, this promotion, all these opportunities, you're driving, you're gonna let something like a driving somewhere get in the way of all these other great things that could come to you. So when I look at it and say it out loud, yes, okay. I think I could. But when I know myself, and when I'm in that situation, will I be able to be that person? I want to say I hope so, but I'm not entirely confident yet. Okay. So that's why I wanted to come in today and hopefully, even if I'm not 100% there, maybe like 25% there or something. I mean, I don't have this meeting for another month, so I'm hoping maybe by then I could make myself, you know, want to not think about not taking the promotion, because that has been a thought.
Well, I definitely don't want you to think that. I think a promotion is such an exciting, an awesome opportunity. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I think coming in today was a great first step. And what I want you to do before our next session is really just think about what you can do to help yourself, and just work on your overall thinking. I think right now you have this certain mindset, and you really just need to try to shift your thinking. So as a homework assignment, I just want you to, at the end of each day, go through your thoughts that day while driving to work and driving home from work, and write down how many of those thoughts were helpful and how many were unhelpful. Okay. So what were the positives? What were the positive thoughts? What were the negative thoughts? Okay. Because I think it's all about how you're thinking, because that's going to affect how you feel. So I think that's very important, just to really explore your thoughts. And I think you made some great progress today.
Thank you.
And I just want you to, you know, be confident. I know it's definitely tough. Driving anxiety is very common. You're not alone. Yeah, but I'll definitely do the homework. In the past, I've journaled in regards to other anxieties, and I felt like it was a really great tool. So I will. I'll definitely keep up on my journaling, and then maybe next time when I'm here, we can, you know, go over, you know, which week was improvement, what was my setback, you know, things like that. Right, that would be awesome. And also another great technique is the ABC technique, and it's basically 3 columns. So you have the situation, so the driving, and then you also have your thoughts, and then you have your emotions and feelings. Okay. And basically they're all tied together. Okay. Because your thoughts, how you're thinking, affects how you're feeling. Right. Which affects your behavior, whether you decide, you know, to drive or not. Right. So that's a great technique that I can send you a worksheet. Yeah. That you can use. But yeah, I definitely would like to meet with you next week, and maybe once a week before you have to drive. Yeah, I think that would be helpful totally for me, because I just don't want to miss out on the opportunity. Oh, definitely. So yeah, thank you for coming in today. I think you made some great progress, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.